Hey everyone. Um, I know it. I have a very inconsistent upload schedule, and that's kind of one of the things I want to talk about today. But I'm really just here to have a bit of a channel update, and also just my thoughts on Gacha Life 2, because I have that downloaded. The background footage is going to be just me messing around with it for the first time that I recorded over 30 minutes of this that I have to deal with. But I I might as well just get right into it so I don't bore anybody, because it's going to be a lot of me just yapping about stuff that doesn't really matter. So, guess I'll start with my thoughts on Gacha Life 2. From what I first saw, just to get it out of the way, my only gripe about this app is, I don't like that it's up and down and not side to side, but that's a small gripe. Otherwise, I really like this. I think the amount of customization is nuts compared to OG Gacha Life and Gacha Club. I think it's a very good app. I like the freedom that you can have with everything now. It's really good. It's it's really hard to come up with things to say, to be honest, because I've already experienced as much as I can. The excitement has already passed because I already, you know, made my first couple of characters. But I'm sorry if this ends up boring you, because it's only like a minute in, and like almost 2 minutes in now, and there's 32 minutes of recording footage. But the my thoughts on this app are relatively positive. I think it's really good. I like the customization, obviously. I like that there's so much more freedom with everything in it. There's so much more than there was before, and a lot of it just looks a lot better. I mean, maybe a couple of other gripes are really just like certain things not being in the game right now, but then again, it like just released a couple of days ago, right? So I can't really be that upset about it, or that nitpicky, I should say. But yeah, I didn't realize how fucking fast it would be to get through the Gacha Life 2 section of this video. Mainly because I don't have a script for this, and I don't really do scripts, and I don't know what else to do. But considering that's as much as I have already, I'm gonna just probably go into the channel update section of the video, which the transition, I guess, will kind of just start now, maybe? I don't really know. I'll just put that in post. Hi, this is the channel update section of the video. So, about where I've been, I've recently come to like a realization that I don't have nearly as much motivation to do YouTube as I did when I started my channel. When I started my channel, obviously a lot of the videos have been deleted now because I've lost the files and I just didn't really like them at the time. But when I first uploaded my channel, I had a massive obsession with uploading anything as fast as I possibly could. And I really enjoyed doing that. I thought it was really fun. I always got excited when even one person saw my video. Don't mind the movement sounds. I'm filming this in my bedroom in my bed. But I've been running out of motivation to want to do YouTube. But I still do it because it's something I enjoy doing. It may not be the best, but I still do it anyway. I've been ow. I've been trying to improve my content to the most of my ability. Even though it doesn't really change, I have been working on a lot of designs, such as my Undertale AU, that is still not finished, but I did finish the character designs in Gacha, at least for my AU of it. I'm working on a series. Well, I guess it's a series. Basically, I just have AU characters along with mine sort of just like interacting. That's kind of how it is. I know people have done that a million times before I have, but I wanted to try it myself with my takes on the characters. I try to keep it as canon as I possibly can, so if any of you people really like those random ships that are incredibly toxic, you're probably not going to find those here. I'm kind of just looking at the Killer Mare fans. But anyway, I'm kind of just going off track. So, I've been doing a lot of other things than working on YouTube. Like, primarily I've just been playing a lot of video games. Just a lot of video games. Either that or I've been sitting around just kind of watching YouTube, trying to focus on my schoolwork, which I've not been doing the best with, I'll admit. And I've also been spending a lot of time with my partner, which I won't really go into much detail about that in the video because I don't like talking about personal life stuff that much. But as for like the ideas and things I have for the channel, I have a lot of ideas, just I don't want to act on them all the time. I'm working on a sort of like a vocal cover, I guess, of To the Bone, that Undertale song that literally everybody knows. I need to do the vocals again because I realized I messed up with the Sans vocals, and then the Papyrus ones are a little off key as well. So I'm gonna have to fix that. But I don't know when I'll finish it, but I'll try to. I've been getting back into Undertale a lot, so that's something, I guess. It's been like a large inspiration of mine to make things. Like I said, I worked on my own AU, Margentale, which is, again, not finished, mainly because I just don't have the story down. I kind of have an idea of what all of the characters are gonna do. The main issue is how I'm gonna put the wild amount of OC characters into it, because there are a lot of OC characters that I put into it. But I've been trying to figure that out. It hasn't been going the best, to be perfectly honest, but I'm trying. I have also been trying to... I'm gonna lose my train of thought here. I've also been trying to think of music videos to make, because I remember back like a year or so ago, maybe like a year ago, half a year, back when I was on my uploading streak, I really liked to make music videos, and I still do. It's just I don't like editing them. It gets really boring, and it takes a very long amount of time for me, at least with my mentality. I want to try to make a ton of music videos because I have a ton of ideas in mind. I just don't have the motivation to work on the majority of them, which is really unfortunate because I really, really like to make music videos. I love music. It's one of my favorite things to do. If it wasn't obvious, I was on a little bit of a streak for a bit of uploading my own original songs that I made in BandLab using the loopers because I don't know how to use instruments properly otherwise. But yeah, I've been wanting to make music videos, a bunch of other things. I want to make gameplay videos, but I don't have a camera of any kind or a screen recorder for my computer that I can use to upload the content to my YouTube channel, which is really unfortunate because there's a lot I want to make. I've been kind of like trying to... Oh, wait, this is actually a really good moment to talk about this. So, for anybody... and I mean anybody that even actually cares about the characters on my channel, which I highly doubt any of you really do, because the majority of people who watch my stuff watch that stupid Stronger Than You video that I made a year ago with over 19,000 views that I hate because I made it in under 10 minutes and it sucks. But for the people that possibly do care about my actual OCs, I have done another little reset on them. I've kind of just reset the characters to their entirety. I'm basically trying to, like that, if you check my channel and go back really, really far, there is a video called Gacha Life, The Protectors of Light, Episode 1, that I named it,
that episode, yeah, that cringy old video when I had no idea what I was fucking doing, I want to try to remake that series into a legitimate series since I reset all of my OCs. By reset, I mean their personalities and their ages as well have been set back to when that video took place. Meaning, Sigma, for example, if you're watching the background footage, the character that's being made in Gacha Life 2 right now, my first OC, the thing about him, he was around 15 to 17 years old at that video, and before I reset everything, he was around 20 to 24. So, since I reset everything, he is now 17 again. So all of the characters' ages have been set back to their original ones that they were back when that video was posted, meaning the majority of them are back in high school again. So it's gonna be fun. Plus, I get to mess around with the characters a little bit more, such as Aurora, who is ironically my favorite character, even though Sigma was the first one I made, and I focused a lot on him. But basically, I want to make that into a series. I want to do more with my characters ever since I reset them, because I just want to actually do something with them for once. I never really made anything important with these characters, but I've always loved them. There have been random times where I've just made an OC just to make one because I enjoy making a character. To be fair, those characters that I made just for fun never really did anything, nor did they ever show up in any videos. But I really want to work on something good with my characters that aren't Undertale themed for once. Which is what I'm going to try to do with this reset. I'm going to try to make an actual story involving them. To be honest, I think one of the main things I'll do now is, since it's a channel update, I guess I actually will talk about my OCs. Well, since this is unscripted, I guess I'll just talk about the ones I can think of out of the top of my head. So, it's really going to be like a character info section. Don't worry, I'll be putting timestamps in the description, so you can skip to whatever part of the video you want to hear if you care that much. So this is going to be like the character explanation section. Basically, starting off, we have Sigma, again, the character that's being made in the background footage here in Gacha Life 2. Sigma was my first OC that I made. I made myself in my first video, and Sigma's design was an altered version of that. I made him into the funny little, like, I don't really know, what do I call him? The wolf guy? I don't really know. He has little wolf ears, and back when I first made him, one of the main tropes about his character was that he was gay, but that was back before I really knew anything about that stuff. I am much more experienced about it now, so I understand what that means. So his personality is actually going to be something more than him and his boyfriend. Sigma is arguably one of my stronger characters. His lore is kind of deep. I can't really explain it well. He got hit by a car, so I guess I can make the funny truck-kun memes, but he died, technically. But it really doesn't make any sense how this happened. But he died, and somehow he managed to break through the barriers of life and death, so now he's immortal. That was sort of what I came up with, and I'm kind of just rolling with it because I don't really feel like changing it now, because it's been like that for like a year now, maybe 2. But that's basically what I can sum up for Xenon, oh my god. That's really what I can sum up for Sigma. Sigma, at the time of this recording, and due to the reset, Sigma is 17 years old. He goes to the high school that I do not have a name for because I don't really care about that right now. He lives with at the time of this video, again, since I haven't made the video, his soon-to-be boyfriend, Xenon, his best friend, Amiko, and Amiko's little sister, Aurora. Those characters will also be explained pretty quickly here. On that note, actually, moving on, we have Xenon, the purple-haired demon Grim Reaper guy that I made, who was really edgy, I guess. I couldn't really come up with a good personality for him. He was angry. I remember in the first video he showed up and he was angry. Like very angry. But, Xenon is... I don't really have a ton of lore for him. I mean, actually, I do. There's a lot more lore now because I've been doing reset thing. Xenon has multiple siblings. He has his siblings Avion, Azor, and Alex, along with his little sister Rose. Though those characters I'll probably get into here in another video. I'm only going to go on about my original characters here so I can have at least some other time in this video to talk about other things. Xenon is the Grim Reaper, supposedly, and also one of the princes of Hell, his father being Lucifer. He doesn't live in Hell anymore because he hates his dad, because his dad is a kind of a psychopath, and also the leading cause of why his sister is dead. But let me try to again. He left Hell and decided to live on Earth along with his brothers, but they don't really live together. He lives with Xenon, Amiko, and Aurora, though those two will be explained eventually. Xenon, at the time of this, is, like, again, 17. He's Sigma's age. He goes to the same school. He lives with Sigma, Amiko, and Aurora. He's actually really strong. Not just physically, but, like, with his magic powers. He has a lot of control over souls. But, again, I don't have a full lore context list or anything about my character, so I don't really know. I'm going to move on to the next one because talking about Xenon gets a little boring, so we're going to move to Amiko. Amiko is the pink-haired cat girl that I made. She is also, just like Sigma and Xenon, she is her original design is based off a preset character. Amiko's preset character being Mumble from Gacha Life and also Gacha Club, but primarily seen in Gacha Life. Amiko, I didn't have a lot of lore for. Originally, she was going to be Sigma's girlfriend, but then I changed it to her being more like his best friend from childhood. Amiko, I don't have a ton of lore about her yet, mainly because she hasn't done anything of significance. The main thing that she's done is she has light powers, I guess. She can make light from her hands, and she has little butterfly wings when she uses them, I guess. I don't know. But her primary trait is that she's very enthusiastic. She's also a very good mechanic. She works many different jobs. It kind of reminds me of Larry from Gumball. She has a lot of different things that she does. She's a mechanic, she is a librarian, she's a psychiatrist, she's a doctor. She has a ton of different things that she does. And she's one of my favorite characters to use when I'm in a happy mood, because it's kind of what she is. She's just a really happy character. Her little sister Aurora, on the other hand, who we're going to talk about now, is a completely different story. Aurora, at the time of this video, is 15 years old. She's the smallest one in the house, obviously. And she struggles from a lot of anxiety and fear, so her character stutters a lot, and she's really shy. She does have a lot of creative talent, though. She likes to draw, she likes to make music, she likes to write stories. She does a lot of things, but she doesn't like to share it with anybody because she's afraid of being judged. She also is an android. I only say android, I don't really say cyborg because she's an android, but she also has... Okay, if any of the people who watch my videos are fans of, like, Dragon Ball, then just think, like, Android 18. Like, that's Aurora's physiology. Like, she is cybernetic. She's mainly cybernetic, but she does have human organs. But, bottom line, Aurora is a cyborg, or android, and she, is also the strongest character I've ever made because her powers are manipulated by her emotions, such as, like, her eyes, hair, her hair and tail color, and the little heart marking on her chest will change color depending on her emotions. I don't have a set color code yet, but the primary ones are green being happy, or, like, green being calm, yellow is joy, purple is fear or distress, blue is sadness, red is anger, and there's a couple more I can't really remember. Gray or white or black is just, like, zoned out or shut down. Like, she doesn't really think at all during that. There's what I meant by her being my most powerful character is How do I put this? She has reality-breaking powers that are connected to her emotions, and her being very emotional means that she can destroy things very easily on accident. So she's kind of afraid of getting too attached to people because she doesn't want to hurt them on accident. That's all I can really say about her, besides the fact that she's kind of short. Also, this will be shown in her Gacha Life 2 design that I will upload eventually, but her pupils actually glow and act like flashlights. So if she's in the dark, then her eyes are like flashlights. Just a useless little tidbit of information. The next character, I'm only talking about my 5 original characters that are my favorites. The rest of them will all get their own separate videos. The final character I'd like to talk about is Akari. Probably one of my most Hi, sorry. So I accidentally pressed the Bixby button on my fucking phone, so it cut off the recording, and then I had to deal with putting that back together. But anyway, what I was going to talk about is the final character I want to talk about in this video, which is my most lore-filled character out of the 5, Akari. Akari is an interesting character because her character personality has definitely changed since the reset. Before the reset thing, she was a very kind character, very lighthearted, but also very defensive when required to be. Now she's kind of an asshole. She's a bit more sassy, rude, and she also makes a lot of sarcastic jokes, especially considering she's blind, if it wasn't obvious by the blindfold. Basically, Akari's character comes from a pretty terrible household. Her brothers aren't very good. They just never really cared about her, especially when she was in a lot of danger. Her parents were very terrible. They're slightly homophobic and also sent her away to a laboratory where she got experimented on, causing her to get psychokinetic powers and blinding her permanently, along with the trauma of them giving her multiple scars, whether it being injuries on her head, her wrists, legs, etc. Trigger warning for this part, by the way. I'll put that in post, so I put a trigger warning before this section of the video because it's very, violent. But bottom line, Akari's parents and her household situation has never been a good one. She doesn't like her parents, she loathes them, and she hates her brothers too. She was stuck in a laboratory for a year and a half where she was experimented on. She has a slight trigger response to her hair being cut short because in that laboratory, to do the tests on her properly, her hair would be required to be short, which they cut off with a laser, which also burned the back of her neck. So, yeah, there's a scar back there too. She usually wears really baggy clothing, like hoodies and such, mainly just to cover that up because she doesn't like anybody seeing it. She has psychokinetic abilities, as I've stated before, so think Silver from Sonic the Hedgehog, but amplified. She has a lot of potential with her powers, but she doesn't utilize it because she doesn't like her powers at all. The most she can do right now is lift objects. Doesn't really matter the size of the object. She can lift it up if she wants to. She's also pretty lazy with it, so she can make herself float, and she'll just float around instead of walking. She's very blind. She can only see if she uses her abilities, but that's very exhausting, so she's usually blind most of the time. She has a blindfold on her eyes because her eyes are just completely grayed out. She can't really see, and she also has a really red bags under her eyes that she doesn't like anybody seeing either, so she just blindfolds those too. Her hair is an interesting talk. She prefers it to be longer, but she hates it being short again, as I mentioned, because of the laser cutting. And I don't really have much else I want to talk to you guys about her. She was 15, she's 15 and a half by now. She's slightly older than Aurora, only about half a year. And her and Aurora, in the future of this series, the two of them get together through... The two of them end up in a relationship because of their mutual connections and their fears. Though it's a lot different than pre-reset, because since it's all reset, and Akari's a bit of an asshole now, she's not nearly as kind and compassionate. She's a bit more sarcastic and rude. That's kind of all I wanted to talk about for this part of it. But the rest of the things I want to do is I want to find a way to engage with you guys properly. I want to make a Discord server, but the only issue is I could never put the link to the Discord server in the description of my videos or my channel. So I want to figure out how to do that. But I also I'm taking suggestions from you guys for literally anything because I want to make content again. I seriously want to, but I am struggling with the motivation to do so. So that's why I'm asking you guys for help. I'm not asking you guys to like make videos for me or anything like that. I would like to hear some of your ideas if you have any for something to do, and I will gladly try my best to do it. Mainly because I really want to do something other than sit on my ass all the time and do nothing. Also, this is probably the longest video I've ever made, being 30 minutes long. I think the longest video before this was like 17 minutes, but that was like 2 years ago, so it doesn't really fucking matter. But yeah, I'm going to be making OC content a lot of Undertale content, try to make some music things. Might even upload some IRL videos. You can also follow my TikTok, which is, what did I call my TikTok? I can't remember my TikTok username, but I'll try to put there's a link, I'll try to put a link to my TikTok in my YouTube bio. I don't make anything extraordinary on there. It's random garbage that I upload every once in a while. I did make a Check Check 1 2 music video that that was pretty good. It was really just a lyric video, but yeah. But there's not much else that I really want to say. I just really, really hope that you guys haven't just abandoned my channel, because I still have over 170 subscribers, but I really hope you guys don't just forget that I exist here, and it makes me sad to think when people forget my channel exists and they don't watch it anymore. I feel like the main consistent viewer of my channel that I have is my partner. I mean, I also have a couple of friends. I have Wizard or Wizard EX on their YouTube. You should subscribe to them, by the way. They are incredible. And there's also Rightful Hope, I believe that their channel is called, or it might just be called Hope. They don't upload as often right now, but they've been getting into Ace Attorney a lot, and I think their content is really good. They're one of my best online YouTube friends that I've met. They were very, very kind to me. They praised my original Making Day music video. The original one has over 1,000 views right now. And they were kind of an inspiration for me to make more content. I don't want you guys to forget that my channel exists, because I don't want to abandon this channel. Something that I've been wanting to do for years, and I finally got the chance to do it, and seeing that I got over almost 200 subscribers is crazy to me. I really, really hope that you guys see this video, you actually interact with it, you watch it, you comment something, maybe anything, really, just please. I'm not trying to be a beggar here. I just really miss making content, and I want to go back to doing that, but I can't really do it alone. I have a lot of ideas, just not the motivation to work on it, and that's why I'm asking you guys to help me find the motivation to do it. And all I'm really asking is, if you have any ideas of something to make, then tell me what it is, because I'm more than willing to try my best to make it. I know this whole video has really just been one big yapping session from me, but that doesn't really matter to me. I just want you guys to know that I'm still here. I'm still gonna try to make content as often as I possibly can. I kind of need your help to do that.
Also, just a little funny thing I'm going to tell you. I have a vocal cover of a song I made, of a song. I didn't make it. I have a vocal cover of a song that I'm waiting to upload until Wizard uploads their video of the same sort of topic. So, stay tuned for that. But, again, I know there's been like a whole yapping session for me, and if that's boring to you, then I don't mind, then I completely understand why you clicked off. But, to the people who made it this far and actually watched through the whole video, thank you. I appreciate you guys for everything. I would not have gotten this far without you. I love making these things, and I seriously, seriously love seeing you guys interact with literally anything I make. It makes me happy. And I hope that I'll be able to upload more in the future and see you guys actually caring about what I make and not just clicking on it for like 4 seconds and then leaving. That's basically all I wanted to say. The recording session of the original background footage is basically up. I'm going to probably add an outro to this. Not an intro, but an outro. If I can even make one, that is. And yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say. I don't really have an outro message, but all I can say left now is thank you guys so fucking much for everything that you've helped me do. And I really hope to seeing more of what I'll do in the future and see if you guys will actually want to see it. That's basically all from me for now, so if you made it to the end of this video, thank you. I appreciate and care about every single one of you, and I hope to see you again soon. That's all from me, at least for now. Bye.